I'm Mike, and I've recently rekindled my love of wristwatches. This channel is my story about learning watch repair. This video is the tale of 3 Quartz watches that were put in a drawer 25 years ago. That wasn't very nice of me. Let's fix them up so we can wear them again. I'm going to replace the bands on this white-faced Seiko and the Armatron Bugs Bunny watch because the leather bands are just beyond repairing. So let's pop off these bands and let's get a measurement so we can place an order for some replacement bands. There we go. And 2. Okay. The millimeters between the lugs is the measurement we need to replace the band. 18. These affordable digital calipers are indispensable for watchmaking. I'll drop some of my Amazon associate links in the description to tools I use in my videos. When doing these projects, I take notes about each watch and then transfer the data to an Excel spreadsheet where I record info like model year, serial number, watch band size, movement caliber codes, batteries, and dial and case inscriptions. And let's turn our attention to bugs. This Armatron Quartz Bugs Bunny watch is from 1988. Getting good. Hong Kong strap, look at that. This is an interesting strap. It's kind of like a gray with just a hint of green in it. And I thought it matched the watch kind of okay. I guess they wanted to tie the gray into Bugs Bunny's body. I'm not sure that we're going to pick up that color cue, though, when we replace this strap. Bugs is coming in at a dainty 16 millimeters. Let's take a look at this Seiko. I want to clean it up. I do want to run it through the ultrasonic cleaner. This is the original strap that came with it. To come out. There you are, and I'm glad I'm removing it because I can see the dirt. This was my first really dressy watch. I think I was inspired by my buddy Steve, who got a dressy Seiko first. I always thought that was a pretty smart watch. So I'm quite certain that this watch style was inspired by Movado. So as you can see, this dial has some pretty neat dimension. Kind of has like an inverted pyramid 3D effect. I think that just pops up. And slides off. Very nice.
How's your morning, sweetheart?
Good. I'm taking apart a couple of watches.
Neat. Any flying parts today?
So far, no. So far, I'm pretty good.
No part counter?
Here it is, slow motion. Boing. We're going to count how many times I lose a part in this video. Leverage against the case. Oh! It's off. I'm not sure where it is, but it's off. That was your favorite part of my videos, huh? Flying parts. Okay, so just start sticking that in there. While I'm at it, let me wash up some other parts. I also have this stretch band from a 1953 Bulova that I'm working on. So I think we'll put that in the mix. May as well make a band stew while we're at it. Come on. There we go. As hard as I tried, I couldn't release the winding stem to let the movement out of the case. I even tried under the microscope. I finally decided to remove this cover plate, which gave me better access to the setting lever. Yay. We got it. There we go. And now you can take out the movement. And that means we can put more parts in our ultrasonic basket. Yay! Oh, did you see that? I really have to oh, actually, magnetization might be helping me here. Since I was mixing watch parts in the cleaner, I thought I'd take some measurements so I could tell them apart. 13.10. That's kind of funny. Look at that. In the basket. Here's our white Seiko. And this case needs a cleaning. There's just some muck in between the posts. There we go. Let's pull off the gasket. This one seems to be a lot healthier than the last one. It's still elastic. So Japan movement. Let's get that battery out. Oh, and we have a corrosion issue. So we have a little bit of cleaning up to do here. Let's see if we can let gravity help us. Maybe that want to come out with gravity a little bit. Let's see if we can just loosen it. It doesn't look too bad. I don't want to launch any of the corrosion off that spring and into my eye. We just want to make sure that the battery contacts are clean. So now on to removing the winding stem. But I wasn't sure where the stem release button was. Fortunately, Seiko prints the movement caliber code on their dials, so I was able to search and download a datasheet for my movement, which showed me an exploded diagram, so I knew where to press. Oh, that worked! It worked! Just so there's no confusion, let's get a measure on this one. And there we go. Beautiful. And get an idea of the size difference of those two. Just how similar are these two stems? That's the white Seiko. Here's the black Seiko. Well, one stem's a little bit longer. Bigger watch, longer stem. So in the manual, they call these winding stems, even though you don't wind these watches, since they're quartz. But they're still called a winding stem. That leaves Bugs Bunny. So I believe Bugs Bunny is also a snapback. And there's a little detent there. Let's see what's in there. Okay. Gluck Corp, China. And this gasket is still flexible. Let's take a look at this movement. What does it have to say for itself? Miyota Company, Japan. Unadjusted. 1 joule. The battery looks like it slides under here. Get the battery out. We might have to unscrew that little spring clamp. Battery out. Put the screw back. Starting to get a feel for this. And we'll lift them out of the case. So there we are. A lovely collection of parts for the ultrasonic cleaner. After the ultrasonic cleaning, I'm polishing all the shiny metal surfaces. I'm a big fan of semi-chrome, a paste polish effective on chrome, silver, aluminum, or, as they claim, virtually any metal. I like using white cotton as my polishing cloth so I can see the dark oxidation come off the metal. I found it interesting that one of the ingredients in semichrome is naphtha, aka lighter fluid,
which is an inexpensive solvent that's great for cleaning most internal metal and jewel watch parts.
That's definitely better than what we started with. We'll throw this back through the ultrasonic cleaner just to get off any residue.
Ronico putty is another staple in watch cleaning and repair. It can pick up dust and debris, excess oil and grease, and remove fingerprints. Since the Ronico likes to stick to my finger cots, I rolled a pinch of it onto a stick. It can also be used to hold wobbly parts in place while you work on them. I'm applying a small amount of this Milo-Coat grease with lithium to the watch stem on the parts subject to friction. Sometimes the winding stem doesn't want to snap back into place, and it helps to depress the stem release button as you insert it. O-rings are inexpensive, so I'm measuring each watch back to fit a new rubber gasket.
So we'll say 28, 28 and a half, and that's 23.
I use non-conductive tweezers when handling batteries.
Get in there. And with that, it should be running. So, why don't we break out the gaskets? I've got my 28 millimeter gasket here. Fresh pack. Let's put a tiny little bit of silicone on there. Just a dab. Come on. There we go. Let's see if the time has changed. And no, uh-oh, that's not good. Why isn't it running? Sadness. Okay, we're going to set it to 9 o'clock. So we'll give that a few minutes and then I'll come back and check my battery. I'll have to figure it out. Carat at the 12, hand at the 6, we'll leave it there. And this one we're going to know if it's running because it has a sweep second hand. Come on. Lift him up and push him down. And with any luck, it's alive. So far we're 1 for 2 today. Let's see if we can finish getting him cased up. 28. I think we could stretch it. Just a little dab will do. That just snapped right into place. There's just a very slight cutout there for the stem, so we'll grab it opposite. And I see that there's writing on the back, so we can use that writing to make sure that we're aligned. Can we get it on? And we might just want to use our watch back press. All right, that'll work for the bottom. That should work for the top. Is the back on well? Yep, beautiful. So we're going to put him aside. Should I do the gold Seiko later? Maybe we need to get some ice cream.
So I got my ice cream. Then I fell asleep. The next day I put the Seiko together off camera with no surprises, and here's how it turned out. It looks great. I'm really happy to be wearing this watch again. In a similar vein, I put this delicious orangey caramel leather strap on Bugs Bunny and returned him to service, doing what a bunny does best. I am so excited to have, for now, these two watches back on my wrist. So what are we going to do with this dressy Seiko? Well, I bought a new movement on eBay. This is where the project gets really interesting.
So before we do anything, the first thing that I want to do is put in this battery, and let's make sure that this movement is working. That little bit of tape on there is to hold that dial washer and hour wheel in place. So it makes contact on the bottom and on the side. We have some goo there. We definitely want to clean up our goo. Let's start by just doing the hearing test. Is it ticking? Well, I'm not hearing any ticking. Let's bring it over to the microscope. We'll take a look there.
The microscope didn't show any signs of life either. I checked the setting mechanism and removed the hour wheel. Still no signs of life. The masking tape goo was nasty, like warm chewing gum. Note to self, don't ever do this. There was an odd green pellet in the train of wheels. Upon closer examination, there was blue-green debris all over the movement. This movement was clearly used and had a battery go bad in it. So much for the eBay seller's claim of new old stock. I got an apology and a refund from the seller, ordered a new movement, and decided to tear this one apart to entertain us both. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video, then I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Truth be told, most watch repair projects have twists and turns in the timeline, and this story, although edited in this episode, took place over several weeks. For me, the end results more than make up for the drama, and I hope for you that the drama makes for a good story, with lessons learned and the underlying hope that you're enjoying watchmaking too. So what happened to my dressy Seiko? Well, it's back on my wrist, but not without even more drama, which you can see in my companion video showing how to change a Quartz watch movement, link in the description below. I'm Mike. The channel is Watch with Mike. Be sure to power up this video with a like and sub to my channel for more wristwatch adventures. Be good, be well, and be safe, and I look forward to our next time together.